The Republicans have already overturned Roe vs. Wade. Um, Now there's a few other things they're trying to overturn. They're trying to ban um, the birth control, so they basically don't want women to have birth control. And if a woman works for a company that allows abortions, now the Republicans are going to come after that company to um, they're going to come after those companies that basically where the woman seeks abortion from with the company that they might work for. Now, Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, who's a frequent critic of corporate wokeness, is attempting to lead a pack against corporate America for its new company policies on abortion. Now, last Tuesday, hours after a draft decision by the Supreme Court overturning the federal right to abortions, Rubio introduced the No Tax Breaks for Radical Corporate Activism Act, which would preclude employers from receiving tax breaks for providing abortion access or gender-affirming care to their employees. Now, the bills come as multiple major companies, including Amazon, Apple, and Tinder, have announced plans to cover the travel cost of employees seeking an abortion. Now, under current U.S. law, the corporations can file for tax deductions if they cover their employees' health expenses. Rubio's law would prohibit these deductions in the case of abortion and gender-affirming care. Now, the measure does, however, contain certain medical exceptions. The tax code should be pro-family, and it should promote a culture of life, Rubio told Foe. Instead, it's too often that the corporations find loopholes to subsidize the murder of unborn babies or horrific medical treatments on kids. His bill, which is a fucking joke, will make sure that this does not happen. The legislation has virtually no chance of passing while Democrats control both chambers of Congress. Now, it still highlights a growing political rift between the GOP and corporate America. Now, back in September of last year, Rubio had proposed a similar measure that would bar corporate executives from making a non-pecuniary decisions to help the company's public image or employee morale. Now, establishing a cause of action for shareholders agreed with the company's apparent wokeness. This measure came largely in response to recent corporate rhetoric and policies on voting and racial justice. After the Klan attack on January 6, numerous companies vowed to suspend all political contributions to the Republican lawmakers who voted to acquit Donald Trump in his impeachment trial. Later in April of that year, companies like Coca-Cola in Georgia had condemned Georgia's restricted voting bill, which is set to have a disproportionate impact on minorities. And just last month, Disney had vowed to help repeal a sweeping anti-lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender recently acted in Florida, earning the company scorn from Florida with Republicans. Now, the GOP's and corporate America's latest schism comes after Politico reported that the Supreme Court is gearing up and overturning Roe v. Wade, the landmark 1973 ruling that enshrined America's constitutional right to abortion. Now, while numerous corporations have issued statements and action plans to address concerns around abortion access, most of corporate America has opted to stay mum on this topic. See, what the Republicans are failing to realize here is that, you can agree with abortion all you want to or not, but you don't understand a person's situation and why they might need an abortion. Now, and I'll give you some examples of why women might need abortions. One, it could be because the baby might not survive. If the baby has a medical issue, they might not survive, so the other option would be to abort the kid, which is understandable. Two, if a woman gets raped by a guy, does the woman want to carry the baby that was the product of a rape? Probably not. Two, it could be living situation. Sometimes a woman gets pregnant and they might not be in the best situation in the aspect of living wise to take care of that kid. So you could either abort the kid or do what most people would probably do if they didn't believe in abortion. Carry the kid the full term, give it up for adoption to a family that could afford it. Sorry about that. So it is understandable that it's understandable, but the Republicans don't understand any of it anyway, because they're fucking retarded. So, but yeah, so if you like the video, though, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so that you be notified when a new video comes out. And if you want to support my work even further, you could donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just as little as a few bucks a month, your donation can help go a long way. And thanks for listening.